We're in Cozumel, Mexico, going to see the Tulum Mayan ruins. So I'm going to video that. You know, everything here is going to be super unique. So we're waiting in line now to go in to see those ruins.
The other thing you want to watch, and they're taking pictures, they expect you.
Years before Spaniards, that place where we have been working were completely covered by jungle, talking about all of the temples.
Okay.
That is.
Send for your family.
Okay.
I'm gonna send one of the guys. Panic.
Lots of steps.
Notice how thick the wall used to be. It was probably thicker and taller too. Why too long?
Segunda línea. Una línea larga y una larga. La corta mira para la malla.
¿De qué? God in the center, like in another place, like
Okay, we're gonna walk a little.
See if y'all can see the ocean right outside the walls.
the different buildings. At the left, we have a house or palace called the Halachwinik house or palace. Halachwinik means real name and was the leader of the city. So this house is larger than a normal one with more entrances.
Mesoamerican people, as I was telling you on the way here, they were divided in social classes. In this case, they believe that the nobles are the people who come to this world with a mission. So basically, in this map, you can see that that's what was happening. right? And this Tulum is a word, a Mayan word that means wall. It's the characteristic of this ceremonial center in the specific. Not every ceremonial center is walled. Okay? Now, Tulum wall is a made of name for this place because the characteristic, when the Spanish came to mainland, they didn't know about the name of this place. This place was Sama. Sama means sunrise. It's the place of the sunrise. Tulum walls. We know purposes of wall: protection and division. The walls of Tulum are only 5 meters tall, 15 feet high. Anybody can climb that, right? A big wall to be climbed. Size of Tulum, we have 600 feet wide for 1,200 feet length. So you want a protection, you need an army. No room for an army inside. And the third most important thing is protection from who? Everybody around me is my ally, my friend. The Mayans create alliances. In this case, in the north part of the Yucatan Peninsula, they call it the League of Mayapan. Principal city-state or ceremonial center controlled and ruling the other ones, Chichen Itza and Coba. Everybody else, part of the alliance, obviously will be protected by these people. So, walls of Tulum, no with purpose of protection. Purpose of division, maybe yes. As we were saying in the map, nobles and non-nobles. All right, these people who were inside Tulum, according to some historians and archaeologists, these were people who were dedicated to something in special. They believed that they were sky watchers. Until today, the NOAA shows the skies of Tulum as one of the clearest skies during the night to look at the cosmos. During the day, sunrise. So something important, and these people used to follow it. Okay? Structures inside Tulum, houses and temples. When we walked through it, the first thing there were houses. Just like this one in front of us, just like this one. Greeks, Romans and Egyptians, similarity with the Mesoamerican people, they also decorate their houses with steps and pillars. Not just a regular house, an important place, civic and social, as palaces. So whoever was living in these houses were somebody very important for the status in their society. Right, comparing to the other one, we see foundations around. Now, temples, characteristics of the temples will be concrete roof and small axes. Small axes, people say Mayans are small, yeah, definitely, and they are shrinking. It's medical proof that the Mayans, through generations and generations and generations of drinking cenote water saturated in calcium, they actually develop very strong bones, hard to enlarge. So yes, woman, no osteoporosis. This is medical proof. But it's not the reason why they make the axis small. Any religion around the planet pushes, forces to do actions with our body, right? Moves to show respect. In this case, what the people believe. The priest has the only one who is allowed to get into the temple, and he has to make a reverence about in a place that he's going to connect with the gods, right? System, as I was telling you earlier, places like this who were ruled by city-states, architecture has to do a lot with it. The architecture of Tulum, they call it East Coast architecture. It's the latest before the Mayans vanished, considered the remodelation of the architecture. From Cancun all the way to Eslapac, there is archaeological sites along the side. Tulum, East Coast architecture. This is made by the archaeologists, not by Mayans. We don't really know if it. Obviously, they know the difference, but they don't know. We don't know how they call it. Inland, 30 miles inland, you find the Petén. You go to Coba, and it's considered the oldest architecture. In the other side of the peninsula, you find the Puc, the most beautiful architecture. All the buildings are carved, decorations in that. Down the south, Rio Bay. People say that the city-state of the Yucatan Peninsula, in this case talking about Chichen Itza, the architecture in Chichen Itza is no Maya. They say that the architecture in Chichen Itza is Tolteca. Who are the Toltecs? People of the center of Mexico, the strongest one, the warriors, the controllers, right? So when you ask to archaeologists, you are telling me that the the city-state. The one who rules and controls the other ones in the surrounded is no Maya, is Tolteca. You are telling me that the Toltecs rule the Mayan world. And people believe that yes. And the reason why they believe that the principal item that these people needed to work, it doesn't exist here. Obsidiana, the tool to build temples for your gods, palaces for your kings. It's possible to see the sun, even if it's behind the clouds, pointed to the sun. And to study the movements of the sun is a volcanic rock. And here, what we have, limestone and water. We don't have any volcanoes, so we don't have a tool. People used to treat. I give you something, you give me something. Okay. Give you limestone, will you give me obsidian? No, obviously not, right? Principal deposit of obsidian around the planet until today is the center of Mexico, the state of Hidalgo, capital city of the Toltecs at the time, all right? So, archaeologists and historians believe that there was something that the Mayans have that nobody else have. Knowledge. These people knows things, you know. All right, no problem. I give you the tools, you do the work, and you give me the results. This is how people believe that in the center of Mexico, people have it having also like a calendar, Piedra del Sol, right? And it was related for the Aztecs, something that it was completed after it happened. But yeah, definitely principal tool for these Mesoamerican people, and it has to do with the influence of the people of the center of Mexico. Now, our structures that we have in Tulum, they say that Tulum was built in the year 300s. In the year 500s, it was the principal port along the coast. In the end of the 1200s, beginning of the 1300s, it was abandoned by the Mayans. People still don't know what happened. People believe that it was a natural disaster in a religion. Spaniards came in the 1500s, 1519, to mainland. They didn't stay here for long. 1521, 2 years after, they already defeat the Aztecs in the center of Mexico. Why is that? No gold, no silver, places like these were already abandoned for the founders. Mayan indigenous still coming to these places to leave offerings considered sacred for their ancestors, but they didn't even know the name. So, Spanish leave the Franciscans behind in charge to indoctrinate the Mayan indigenous to Catholicism, and they moved to the center of Mexico, following the track of what it says history.
So the coolest thing I'll show you later is the tour guide has this obsidian pendant, and it's carved on one side of the Tree of Life, and you can actually look at the sun with it and see the sun clearly without hurting your eyes. So we're going to buy one of those. I had no idea. Let's get the protective wall all the way around. They said there's lots of YouTube videos of Tulum.
Bem, Paulo. Pensa que aqui era a cidade, você tinha que trabalhar, morar, conhecer as pessoas, namorar, tudo aqui. Era o vilarejo, né? Cada um tinha sua casa, morava nesse vilarejo.
See all the carvings. Well, we're about to find out what this one is. Look at these, y'all.
His name is Lunch. Launch represent the god of the sky. You can see the chin, you can see the mouth like angry. You can see the Maya nose. And in between the nose and the eye we have three colors. We have the red, the blue, and the black. Above the eye we have eyelashes. Next to the eyelashes we see the iguana face. Because the iguana
And look at the lookout up there.
the god of the sky. We
The
thought the
top.
sun was the
See this one up
highest
here?
we met in the sky, which is part of the mythology of creation.
Look at that one.
Let's come to the front this way.
Because the belief the God is sun is the architect of the universe. But at the same time, the God of the sun, and the God of the moon is the moon. So the God of the moon is a shell. So horizontal is the next one is the God is shell, staying position like this. I don't know what he's eating. Green peanuts.
He likes it, whatever it is. Mayan squirrel.
Very well today, but this one part of Mexican the science, the mathematics, another part.
Vier Jahreszeiten Frühling, Oktober und vier Elemente Wasser, Luft, Erde und Feuer. Also bei der Sonne ist da hinten auf dem Tepp Osten und Wasser und hier gegenüber ist Frescati Coca Erde. Westen. Ja, so das bedeutet
You hear the ocean waves crashing right back in this area here.
This is the upside down one. Oh, it's supposed to be upside down. I don't see it.
I don't either. We just got that on camera. Not really. I actually cut it off beforehand. So there were just buildings everywhere through here. I want to see the ocean.
I'm disappointed from my parents.
Sí, ¿sabe por qué hacían? Pero ahí donde está la iguana, claro, por su morfología. Ahora, las columnas, sí son iguanas, no crean que son. Las columnas no están.
Here's the protective wall he was talking about right at the beginning. I just can't imagine all that work. A lot of work for sure.
Questo cosa mi era preso una pozza? Sì.
I did. There was one up in the very top of one of those temples that was watching out. Look at that blue water, y'all. So pretty. So I'll show you the house first.
Ahí está una reconstrucción de cómo era, pero nada más está la mitad. ¿Te fijas? Ya no está completa.
No tiene el techo.
Ya no tiene techo.
These are how the door went.
In the central one hole.
Yeah, how the door went. And then that's a little hole right there. Do you want me to lift you up? See that big old hole in the center of the building? No, the center of the building on the floor. On the floor. That's how you enter the cenote. Climb down and go into the cave and get fresh water.
Dice, esa es mi mejor foto. A todo dijo, oh, estoy de acuerdo.
Oops, sorry. But you see that as a whole temple of the god of the wind. Let's read that about sea turtles.
A wonderful army, and they fought against the Persians, against the
want to teach you something. This is very, very important in Maya. This is the couple. This is the couple. It's over there. Okay. This is the temple of the descending god, and this is the temple of the wind. You can see aligned with the sunset, aligned with the sunrise, aligned with the equinox, aligned with the solstice. Okay. Now, any question? Any question?
Concreto.
I'm gonna zoom in on this building right up here. Look at the top.
Population in Mexico are Catholic. No more Mayan, but we are Mayans. No more Mayan religion, but we are still Mayan. You know, we never disappear. In some books, you can read the Mayan civilization disappeared. The aliens, you know, took away them and blah 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 blah. That's not true. We are here. If you say Malokim with the guys, they are outside.
That's the guard. The guard. Look how beautiful that is. And that is Tulum, y'all. Left. That is Tulum. Thanks for watching, y'all. We'll see y'all later. Bye.